again. Welcome to today's attempt at the Stepdle puzzle on this day in 1469. Yes, we're going way back in history. Nicholas Machiavelli was born. Machiavellianism is still well known today, particularly in politics. And so to mark this occasion, I'm going to be using some words connected with Machiavellianism as my starting guesses. So Machiavellianism, I've got the definition. It means cunning, scheming and unscrupulous, especially in politics. So what I'm actually going to do is something very Machiavellian, and I'm just going to start with some words that make it really easy for myself, for once, because I usually give myself a challenge, so let's switch it around. That's cunning, isn't it? I was going to start with some words from quotes. K-N-O-W, know. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few really know what you are. I was going to start with words from quotes from Machiavelli, but I'm just going to start with some really common letters instead. I'm going to regret not starting with K-N-O-W, aren't I? Oh, that is so annoying. For one time I decided to just go out the window with what I normally do and start with common letters. It's going to be the day when I should have started with bad letters. Let's try a few more vowels. Okay, so on the bright side, if I'd started with no, at least I wouldn't have got the N or the O either. We're going to have to be using the U, aren't we? Coal is possible. I don't want to repeat the L though. Club, in fact. So I would have got 4 greys even if I'd started with no. So I'm glad about that. My other option was save. The best fortress is to be found in the love of the people, for although you may have fortresses, they will not save you if you are hated by the people. Sage advice there. But whatever starting guess I used out of my options, I was doomed to have a struggle there. Now I could start with great. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. But I'm going to start with inert instead. That gives me 5 nice letters. That used to be my starting word in regular Wordle, until I got it in 1. Oh, but I'm not going to get it in 1 today. That is not sound logic, or not sound guessing. On the bright side, again, if I'd gone for great as my starting guess, it really wouldn't have helped either. But on the downside, I'm still really struggling, even though I tried to give myself the best possible start by going with such common words, or common letters rather. Oh, what a clown. Oh, that's still not right. I still haven't got the O in the right position. That's so unlucky. Wagon. Surely it has to be with the W. That's really restricted, isn't it? Oh, so actually on that occasion, if I'd gone for great, I'd have got the A and the G, but they would have both been yellow, so I'd still have not found it that easy. Now again, I could go for offend. There is no other way to guard yourself against flattery than by making men understand that telling you the truth will not offend you. Or I could go for method. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. But I'm just going to start with retain, because I want 6 good letters. How cunning, how Machiavellian of me. Oh, he only kept 1. I thought going for good letters would pay off, but it's really not. At least the E is in the right place, although that actually makes it harder, because I want to try an ED ending or something like that. As it happens, I kind of don't want to duplicate the E, which means I'm going to need to use the O or the U, probably, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to think of something that doesn't duplicate a letter. We can have bellow or fellow. Don't really want to try duplicating the F. How about melody? That's a great shout. We do have an O, at least that's something. How about people? Oh, my word solving abilities were on point there. So retain gave me the E. If I'd gone for offend, I'd have got the O and the E. Same if I'd gone for method. This is really not paying off. I'm really not suited to being Machiavellian, it turns out. And so for the 7-letter word, obviously Machiavellian, his magnum opus was called The Prince. So it was basically an outline of what makes an effective leader. So I was going to go for princes, but I'm just going to go for nastier instead, because it's got 7 really good letters. Oh, what are the odds of that? For one day I try to give myself the most advantage, is the one day that I should not have used any common letters at all. There's been no S's, no T's, no R's in any of these words. What are the chances? Oh, anyway, college. That tries a few new letters. I don't love duplicating the L or the E, but I've got to go for something. Oh, C and the E are in the right place. I feel like we're either going to need... No, I was going to say we're either going to need a duplicated E or a U, but we just ruled out a duplicated E. So we're definitely going to have to use a U somewhere, aren't we? Can't quite be cuddle. That's not long enough. That would have been a nice word. Chuckle. We've ruled out duplicated E's and L's, but we haven't ruled out duplicated C's. So we're ending with a very Machiavellian chuckle. Ha ha ha. I don't know if that was Machiavellian at all. I'm not a trained actor. Anyway, we got there in the end. That did only take me 14 guesses. I still had 6 guesses left. That is slightly better than I sometimes do, but definitely not my best by a long shot. So it didn't really pay off. The moral of the story is, it doesn't really matter what words I start with, it's still completely random as to how well I do. Sometimes I get lucky and sometimes my word solving abilities are better than others. Today was one of the slightly above average days, probably. Anyway, that's the Stepdle puzzle. Thank you for watching, and now go and be cunning, scheming and unscrupulous. Bye for now.